This weekend, the pro-gun control student activists of Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School had their say. Now, anti-gun control Stoneman activist Kyle Kashuv is having his. Kashuv has become the voice of Parkland survivors who are skeptical of putting further power in the hands of authorities who already failed them. He appeared on Fox News on Monday to dismiss the tenor of Saturday's protests and to lambaste the law enforcement officers he said failed the students with a new moniker, the cowards of Broward. See his interview below. In his appearance on the channel, Kashuv argued that the protests took blame away from the sheriff's deputies and federal officials who he holds accountable. "I didn't see a single sign that said screw the Broward Sheriff's Office. I did not see a single sign. We need to represent and make sure that the government is held accountable," Kashuv told Fox. "When they fail, we have to make sure that they are held accountable." Kashuv noted that targets of the audience's ire tended to entities like Marco Rubio, legal gun owners, or the National Rifle Association, as opposed to the shooter and authorities who didn't stop him. "It pains me to see that all of the hatred is deflected towards Marco Rubio and not the true authoritative figures such as the FBI and the Sheriff's Office and the cowards of Broward who did not do their job," he said. "They have to be the ones getting the blame, and they need to be the ones blasted across every single media outlet as those who need to be getting all of the blame for this." Among the cowards of Broward, there certainly is plenty of blame that can be apportioned there. It didn't take long after the shooting for reports to begin to emerge that several deputies didn't enter the building despite there being an active shooter. School resource officer Scott Peterson would later resign. Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel didn't help matters with his cavalier attitude toward the problem. It later emerged that Broward deputies had made over 30 visits to the home of the shooter to deal with either the shooter or his brother, and indications were that they knew he was a mental health risk. As for the FBI, it quickly became known that they neither acted on a tip that the shooter was a danger nor connected him to a social media post under the same name that had come to their attention for saying he was going to be a professional school shooter. None of these entities, of course, came under much criticism Saturday. That would have required a nuanced view of what had happened and how to prevent these crimes in the future. Instead of that, we got vile placards and a lot of shouting. Instead of demanding to fix to government agencies that had failed them, marchers demanded they be handed more power, carte blanche. In other words, instead of demanding reform, they wanted the cowards of Broward and the ineffectual apparatchiks in the FBI to protect them. That definitely doesn't sound like a workable plan.